Does your mom have brown hair?
Yes, dark brown.
Okay. Was she heavy?
Was she heavy? No, not
Okay.
really.
Alrighty. Let's see. Okay, interesting. So let me ask you this: when the spirit is showing me the heavier it could be, did she either gain weight or lose weight?
She gained some weight at her heaviest. She was probably 128, 130.
Okay, so she
at her
did
heaviest.
she did gain some weight. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Did she have her hair cut like up to her shoulders, collarbone? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. That would have been in October.
Okay, short hair. Okay. All right, hold on. Let's see. I feel like she's showing me like thicker hair, like not super duper thin, like you couldn't see through it, but like it's just like nice looking hair. Was she ever like complimented about her hair a lot or anything?
I don't know, but
Okay.
maybe not.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, so this spirit is a little bit, I don't want to say weaker, just what I would say is their strength for having just passed not long enough ago. But I'm going to keep going and see what we can get for like more details, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Okay, did your mom have stomach problems?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so when you say that her heaviest, she would have been like 128, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did she lose weight after that in result of some sort of sickness?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, and at this point, I feel almost like she's showing me saggy clothing, like she's having to pull her pants up a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Hold on, let me see what she's trying to tell me about the stomach thing here, because I can't tell if she's telling me that that was what she passed from or if it was a result from something she was dealing with. So give me just a second here. Okay, no, I don't feel that it was what she passed away from. More of a... Wait, hold on now. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Did she pass away from something with the stomach?
There is no connection to that, but there could be.
Okay.
She just has GERD, like acid reflux, really bad for 10 years.
Okay.
But it could be what started it.
Okay. The reason that I asked that too is because she almost was giving me like there's like something she was taking care of or doing related to her stomach that would cause it to flare, to get worse. If that makes sense.
She has acid reflux for a really long time.
Okay.
She was diagnosed with something that's pretty much incurable.
Yeah, okay. Let's see.
That's because I don't think she knows what she has. We kept it from her.
Okay. All right. So, in that case, she may not even tell me. If you don't think she knows and she kept it from, it was kept from her, she may not know. She may not tell me. I feel your mom was pretty young. Like not 70s or 80s.
She's in her 70s.
She is. Okay, would it be early 70s?
76.
Okay, so mid 70s. Okay. Because I was feeling like it wasn't as close to like her 80s mark. Let's see. Okay, tell me. What do you have? All right. Sometimes when it's difficult to get specific immediate details, I like to ask for you to give me something to ask her to confirm if it's her or not.
What's a special event that's basically what's gonna come in this month?
Ooh.
Does she know what's happening this month?
Do you have? Is it something with a baby?
Well, yeah, I just had a baby 4 months ago, but it's
Okay.
I already had him.
You already had him.
But something's happening this month. She should know.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Was your baby a boy?
Yes.
Boy. Okay. She's showing me blue. She may not be answering the question yet. She may just be giving me other things that might be related to you. Okay. Is your son's name something that would be considered kind of common but spelt different?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of common, but I think it's a little bit unique.
Okay. Does it start with a C?
No.
Okay. Would the initial C make sense for you at all?
With my son, no.
Oh, no, not necessarily with your son. Anybody.
No.
Okay, no worries. Okay, hold on. All right, what's happening this month? Okay, let's see. Be more specific, please. Be more specific. Okay, let's see. Are you getting married?
No, I've been married for like 8 years, I think.
Yeah. So then are you graduating from something?
I don't think so.
Okay, she's not telling me yet. It's just like, is it some form of a celebration? Okay, because that's what she's showing me things that you would celebrate, which makes sense as to why it's like, possibly baby or wedding or like graduation, something you would celebrate. What's celebration? Celebration. What is it? I'm having she's just like almost like going in and out with her strength.
Yeah. Well, definitely her pants were sagging for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far we have the brown, dark, short hair, stomach problems. She, at her heaviest, but she did lose some weight because of an illness, pulling her pants up a lot.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Okay.
And she just passed, I would say, about 45 days ago.
Okay. Okay, this celebration thing, is it like a celebration of life or some sort of getting together?
It's her birthday.
Okay, so it would be celebration of her. Okay. Okay. Is her birthday really close to Christmas?
Yes.
It's almost like giving me that it's what would I say? Like if you're having some sort of are you doing anything for it, or is it just her birthday?
It's just her birthday. Matter of fact, I closed down my office. I mean, it would have been on a weekend anyways, but I didn't expect her to pass away.
Sure.
Before this year.
Okay. Well, she just keeps showing me Christmas stuff. So I feel that her birthday is like pretty close to Christmas. like, I want to say, like, no more than a week.
Mm-hmm. It's the 17th.
Okay. Yeah.
So, basically, I just wanted to ask her if she was in peace when she went, because it was pretty horrific, the disease that got her.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all really shocked, but I've been the one taking care of her.
Okay. Okay. Was she... I always feel like she was a little incoherent towards the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of that... Okay, she's saying confused? Confused? Yeah, so it was, it's almost like she was,
In and out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But could she hear me when I was, I mean, the family was there, but it's mostly taking care of her. Like, could she hear the things I was telling her when she was in and out? When she was in that state?
Interestingly enough, she's giving me that more so when she was incoherent.
So she could hear everything that we were saying?
Yes. She was, well, not everything, because here was what it was. It was like an in-between where, how do I explain this? So, whenever she was like in and out kind of thing, for being incoherent to fully coherent to incoherent, da 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 da, she's giving me that there were times in the incoherent state where she was a little more coherent incoherently. Does that make sense?
What's the last thing that she, like, could remember me telling her?
She's asking, do you mean whenever she was coherent or incoherent?
It doesn't matter,
Doesn't
but,
matter.
you know, when she was kind of knocked out,
Uh-huh.
I know that she could hear, but I just wanted to know if she heard everything that I told her.
Okay, all right, let's see. Did you sit on her right side mostly?
Yes.
Did you hold her hand?
Yeah.
She says that your hand was very warm and in like a comforting way. I don't know if you felt like your hands were cold or anything like that, but to her, you're holding your hand. It's almost like I can feel a hand on top of mine, kind of like covering my hand, and it's a warm, comforting feeling. I know that it may seem like we're straying away, but we're not. She's just describing to me the scene almost, okay?
Awesome.
Did you kiss her on her forehead?
I know that my husband did.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I wish she could be a little bit stronger.
Yeah, she was pretty weak.
Like she's doing great, but I feel like... Well, first of all, let me just ask you, do you feel confident that this is your mom?
Yeah.
Okay. I like to make sure.
Yeah, she was pretty weak. She was really, really, really weak.
Okay.
And she was on hospice care.
Okay. Okay.
And she was drugged up by morphine.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right, this sounds cliche, but I feel like this is right now all she can give me, and because she's giving it to me slowly.
Okay.
Did you tell her that she was a good grandmother and a good mom?
A little bit. I was just, going in my childhood and telling her stories while she was kind of incoherent.
Okay, hold on. Do you have an object that you can hold?
Yeah, I have her cell phone here, and I also have her glasses.
Okay, maybe hold her glasses.
It's on my head.
I'm sorry?
It's on my head.
Oh, cool. Okay, good. Are you an only child?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like she's showing me like cookies, and that could represent just like baking. Memories. Did any of your memories involve like making cookies or something together?
No. I don't know what you're baking.
Okay. I'm talking when you were little. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't, the only time was, no, I don't think I've ever done any baking, honestly.
Okay. It seems like almost like a girls' night in type thing where you would, you know, like bake pre-cooked cookies and watch a movie or something like that. Okay, I'm getting like you may have been a tough teenager, but you were still a very good kid. Um, did you have like an attitude, but you didn't go like sneaking out of the house and stuff like that?
I thought I was pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
I did everything that she said. The
Yeah.
only, like, gripe was she made me go into, or at least at that moment, because she and I went into the same field. And so you know how that, but other than that, I was pretty good
Yeah.
for her.
That's what she was like. Didn't sneak out, wasn't like going to parties and drinking and doing all that stuff. But, you had some tough moments with like smart remarks or something like that. But
Yeah.
only because that's what teenagers do. Does that make sense? All right, Mom, come on now. Give me something like big.
Has she been trying to do anything to, like, contact me at all? Like, anything around my house? Because I see some things around the house that, like, like, did grandma do this? So I would tell the kids that.
Okay, hold on.
And it's like an almost everyday thing.
Okay, so yes, but not huge. Like almost subtle because she's not like strong at least yet. Okay, does that make sense to you? It's like you can notice it, but she's not like flicking lights on and off or um, like presenting herself as an shadow or anything like that yet. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Every day, we almost, like, every other day or every day we see it and we're like, oh, is that grandma?
Oh, the shadow.
No, not the shadow.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because she's telling me she can't present herself that way yet.
And has she tried to go in my dreams at all?
Dreams, yes. Whether you remember them or not. Okay, is it I feel like it's something flies, birds or butterflies. Do you see those?
I have not, but I had a neighbor that says on the day that she passed away or before, there was like a yellow butterfly that was just around her. But it wasn't me. I haven't seen any butterfly around me. Okay. Anything that flutters.
Okay. All right. So because she's not very strong, she can't manipulate electronics yet, but she's telling me that when she gets strong enough, she's going to play a song pretty often for you. Would you know what this song is?
No.
Yeah, because I feel like she's like almost like hold on, what is this? It's like a song from a mom to a daughter to just, I guess, like reassure, and it's a nice, happy, loving type song between a mom and a daughter. Okay. So she's not ready for that yet. It's not been long enough, so she needs a little bit more time. So if you start hearing a song you've not heard in a long time, or you wouldn't normally listen to, and you hear it repetitively, that is mom. And when I say repetitively, I don't mean it's like on repeat. Just, you may hear it when you get in the car one day, and then in the grocery store another day, and you know what I mean, like just random times, but more often than you ever would have before.
So was she in pain during that incoherent time? Like, was she at peace? I worry because I just wanted her to have a peaceful transition. And I wonder if I did the right thing, which I know I did, but there's always that guilt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So when she was when she was coherent, right? So she was coming out of like a slumber or something. I don't know how you would describe it. She's like the pain would pick up, and they had to give her more. Would that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Was it a lot?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Not a lot, just enough to like wake her up. Almost like
did
it was.
Did she feel that like for the whole duration, or it's just here and there?
Oh, here and there, because she goes, there were times when she would like kind of wake up a little bit and would almost be like, why is this what I'm, in a situation like this? Like, I feel okay. Why am I covered, by a bunch of people? Why is all my family here? She was, almost like she felt okay enough when she would wake up sometimes that she didn't understand what was going on, but that could also be the confused part. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because otherwise she wasn't like she wasn't in pain all the time. When she was incoherent, she was just out of it, not in pain. Whenever she would start to get in pain, she would wake up. But I feel like there were times that she did wake up because the medication was wearing off, but she wasn't in a tremendous amount of pain.
Yeah. Was she waiting for someone to tell her something before she passed? And did she pass on purpose? I mean, we were all around her, but we did not witness her last breath.
Okay. Was she married?
Yes, she was.
Did he pass away before her?
Mm-hmm.
You said yes? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He came to get her.
Who is he? Because she has two.
That she was married to at the end?
No. She has two, my dad, and then and my stepdad.
Okay.
So which one was it?
That's weird. Are they both passed?
Yeah, they're all passed. My stepdad, my dad, and her.
Okay. Stepdad is the one that came to, like, help her cross. But, they're all together. That's why I was confused for a second. I'm like, wait, did they all pass? Because they're all together. And in the spirit realm, I don't know if they had any type of animosity or anything in their physical form, but it's regardless. It doesn't matter. In the spirit realm, they are all very. It's all about peace, love, and light. So it's very, very good situation for all of them. They're not having any problems. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, there's no animosity.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so to answer the question, she was not necessarily waiting for anybody to say anything, but I do feel that she was.
Is she keeping anything from us, or is there anything she wanted to tell me or anybody?
She just was like wanting to hold on until she got to see everybody that was very special to her. Let's see. Did she get to actually verbally speak to you before she passed?
Yeah, she did, but her voice, like, came out, so she couldn't talk. Just about a week before that.
Okay. So I don't know if she said this or if it was something that she wanted to say, but she's grateful that you took care of her the way that you did. She knew you would always be there. Like, she didn't even doubt for a second that if she was going through something like, being very sick or passing, you wouldn't have ever, been there. She didn't doubt that at all. She knew. Were you guys very close?
I was her protector, yes, but she did not live with me. I had to beg her to live with me.
Okay.
So I took care of her.
Mm-hmm. Was she whispering? Even I know you said that her voice was out. Was it more of a whisper?
Yeah, it was very hoarse, and you can barely make things out. It's just part of the disease.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like she's showing me that she was trying to whisper, like, she loves you, she's grateful. Hold on.
We were playing guesswork.
You were?
Yeah, like, none of us knew, and then she was trying to write, and even her writing was illegible.
Huh. She's mentioning your son, like she tried to say, hold on.
My son?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, give me a second here. I want to see what she's talking about. Do you have 3 boys?
I have 2 boys and 1 girl, so it's 3 kids.
3 kids, okay. Okay, she's talking about the 4-month-old boy. Did she get, like, really sick and start going downhill, like, right after he was born?
Yep.
Okay. She's saying basically that she's glad that she did get to meet him, and it was so, like, surprising that she got sick the way she did right after, he was born. So she's like, I didn't get to be the kind of grandmother she would have wanted to be. She didn't have the strength. And I mean specifically for this baby. Okay? We're not talking about your other 2 kids. We're talking about the baby. It's almost like they didn't get a chance to have a bond.
No. Yeah, because he was very colicky, and he would cry all the time the first 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, we didn't get to have that bond. But she's also grateful that she was still alive when he was born, so she could meet him. But she does wish she could have gotten to have more of a relationship.
Well, tell her that he is less colicky now, and he's like the sweetest boy. He goes to the temple. So every Sunday we go to the temple and pray for her for like 4 hours. And it's been the 5th time already, and he's always there.
Are there candles at the temple?
Yeah, there's, of course, yeah.
Okay.
There's candles in my house, too.
Do you notice him watching or looking at the flames flickering?
He watches the baby, you mean? He just watches, and he's very, like, he doesn't cry or anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that is because he sees her.
At the temple or at the house?
Everywhere. Everywhere. Especially, so I know he's little, right? You said he was what, like 4 months old or something?
Mm-hmm.
He's little, but he watches her like manipulate the flames.
Yes. She's been, like I said, we have these electric candles. I don't know. That's what I was talking about.
Oh.
Electric candles that you twist, and then you twist back, and it'll be on and off. Mm-hmm. Every single day, it'll be like one on, and then we turn around, or then, some time has passed, it'll be off, or sometimes it's both of them on. Uh-huh. And I would specifically like turn it off myself, like twist it a little bit towards the right. Mm-hmm. It's one of those where you rotate right and rotate left, on and off. Mm-hmm. But it'll be off, and then it'll be on. Either one or two of them, or both of them back down. But
so she answered your question from earlier then.
So that's her? Or that's just a freak thing?
No, that's her. That is her, messing with the lights and the candles.
Can you ask her if she can put both of them on today, or by the end of the night, both of them on?
Let's see.
Not just one.
Okay. She can try. She's still very weak, but she can try. And what she's saying is make sure that there'll be nobody else that could possibly touch those lights, so that when she does get them both to come on at the same time, you are sure that it's her and not possibly somebody else came through and turned them on.
Okay.
And it may not be understanding that it may not be today. She's weak and it hasn't been long enough.
So do they get weak and they get stronger, like the more?
Yes.
How does that work?
So the way it works is when they transition from their physical body to their spirit body. Well, it's not a body, but I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. They're having to adjust to not having their physical form anymore. And it's all an exchange of energy. So if she didn't have a lot of energy when she passed in her physical form, that's still residual right now into her spirit realm. And the more that she is connected to energy, so being talked with, me being able to exchange my energy with her, there's an exchange of energy, and the more energy she gets and builds up is how she is able to communicate or manipulate things and stuff like that. So when they first pass, it just depends. I mean, I've had spirits who were not weak when they passed. They just passed away from a car accident, something like that, and they'll come through immediately, and they're loud, and they talk, and they are just like non-stop chatter. So
yeah, with her, her voice box went out, like it was, you can barely hear, and she can't even write. So I don't know if you want me to tell you the disease, but it was like a guessing game, and it was something that's so horrific. Like, I didn't know if it was, like, to this day, it's still a mystery, like why she had this horrible disease. It just came on.
Yeah. Hold on a second, let me see. Was it neurological?
Yeah.
feel like it was it something with the brain?
Yeah, it's neurological.
Oh, that makes sense. Duh. Did she have MS or something like that?
She has ALS, which
ALS.
it couldn't reach. The brain functions just fine.
Mm-hmm.
The neurons doesn't reach the muscle, so the muscle starts to waste away, and she lost 40 pounds in six months. And then all of her voice box, her everything just went.
Mm.
You can't stop it.
Dang. That is awful. You would think, okay, most people think when they get to the spirit realm, they just automatically know everything. It's not how it works. Mm-hmm. So she can't answer that question for you about, like, the confusion behind it, or why did she have this, or how did she, what happened there. She can't even answer it herself. But she is saying divine timing. Almost like it was almost her time to go. And so she had gotten sick, and it was a rapid thing.
Did she know that she was going to go a few years before that? Did she sense it coming?
Not years, no. Well, it's almost like in and out. So she may have felt something was up, but then, like, put it aside. She didn't want to think about it. And then there were other times where she was not thinking it was a thing at all. But I'm getting that it was closer to, like, a year-ish time frame where she started to realize that, like, I don't want to say like a prediction, but just almost like she just kind of knew that she didn't have much time left, but didn't know how long. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, gotcha. So I almost feel like, is there like a person or people, because I've always been there for her, like through thick and thin. And then most of our arguments are basically me jumping out to protect her and, hey, why are you doing this? Another person's trying to take advantage of you. I want to spend time with you, but your head is like, somewhere else. Basically, can you just please tell her that the majority, like 98% of the fights that we've had, is basically me trying to, spend time with her. Like, I wish that she would be more present with me. And so if I had said anything that's mean or not nice, it's just basically, I just want to spend time with her. So I hope she understands that.
Yeah, she does. And she's saying selfish, that she was being selfish. I feel like she's focusing on one specific time of, like, an exchange of messages. Would that make sense? Like texting back and forth?
Yeah, she said she can't talk. Texting was the only way of communicating with people.
Okay.
Until her hands went as well.
Right, okay. Because it's like text, like, going back and forth with you in a message, and like,
I was angry.
Yeah, and she's apologizing for what she said. Did she say anything that hurt you?
Well, I mean, I've just built up the resentment. I just wanted to spend time with her. Is all.
Yeah.
And I'm just pretty much, I'm sorry for if I said anything mean, or like I didn't mean it.
She knows that you didn't mean it, now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And hold on, what is she trying to tell me right now? Okay, so it's almost like anything you ever said that was not nice was very surprising to her. Almost like a very. Now, I mean, I'm not trying to get you upset or anything, but I tell you what spirits are telling me. So she is saying that, sometimes it would really hurt her feelings a lot, but it never would have changed how she felt about you. Never would have changed any of it. She was your mom. She loves you, and that was that. Nothing would have made a difference. And now she understands, and now she knows, fully understands what the situations were, that you wanted to spend time with her, and she was selfish, is what she's calling herself. Selfish. Did she work on?
I just wanted her to wake up, like snap out of it. Like you've only got one daughter, and you've got your grandkids here, so let's just spend time. Like all I wanted to do was just take her out, because she always sacrificed for other people. So I wanted her to enjoy time, her deserving time.
Right.
So
did she work a lot?
No, she did not work
at all.
No, she took care of other people.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. By working a lot, she's giving me she did, she focused on other things more than herself. Almost like she had obligations outside of being at home kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they don't necessarily have any hard feelings or anything in the spirit realm, okay? It's not like they don't feel sadness or grief or anything like that. It's all happiness over there. But they will show me or make me feel how they would have felt if they were still in their physical form. And she very much feels saddened by how she was towards you, just basically she feels like she didn't make you a priority.
Yep, that's how I feel.
And she is almost she's not crying because she doesn't have a physical body, but she's showing me tears rolling down cheeks. Okay? And she really wishes she would have made you more of a priority. And with the grandchildren, too. She's, I feel that she was a nice grandmother, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we were talking about, being told that she's a good grandmother and stuff like that, it's she was at least, nice, and when she did see them, she was very lovey with them, but now she's telling me that she was absent. Does absent make sense?
Not really. I mean, some like last Christmas or Thanksgiving, I had to beg her to attend because then she's not feeling good, and I would always take it personally. But she's not absent. She couldn't do much. She was sick, and I didn't realize that until she got her diagnosis.
Oh, okay. So that's what she's saying, is that she was, when she's saying absent, I don't mean that she never ever came around and she was always away or something like that. She's just saying that she had a period of time where she wasn't always around.
Is there anything pressing she wanted to say to either me or another family member?
Do you know if ALS is that it could run in families?
Yep, 10 to 15%.
Okay. Check it. She says that she wanted to whether it be you or a family member. She's not giving me specific. I feel like it's just basically DNA or something to genetics, you know what I mean? Like, she's almost like she's spelling it out. That tests need to be done periodically just to be sure. She doesn't want it to be a massive surprise for anybody. If it is even a situation. She's just kind of like, we didn't know and we should have known sooner for her.
Nobody in that family, at least I know of, has it.
Well, that's good.
That's not diagnosed, but I don't know.
She's not saying someone does, okay? So she's not like telling me the future or anything like that. She's just saying that even just doctor visits in general, just like take care of your health, make sure you guys are okay, make sure you're going to the doctor if you feel some type of sickness or not feeling well. Like, take care of yourselves. I feel like we could probably honestly get so much more from her in time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I do feel like she's given us a lot, but she's not very strong. So there are things she's saying that I'm having to decipher or make sense of. You know what I mean? And, like, I feel like some of it is I'm not understanding. So I'm saying
it. Is it pictures or is it words?
So some of it is, it's like she's trying to say something, but she can only say one word. Or, you know what I mean?
That's how she talked.
So, yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, earlier, whenever, you know, it was like celebration, you know, that was pretty much what it was like. She was trying to tell me that it's some sort of celebration or something would normally be celebrated in that month, but not Christmas. I mean, that's obviously Christmas is Christmas, but it was like something special this month. And then she couldn't give me, it's my birthday. So it was more of just like celebration, something that you would celebrate. So here I was interpreting that with, well, maybe it's a baby, maybe it's a wedding, maybe it's a graduation. I don't know what she's talking about, but all she's saying is celebration. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like one word. And then how it works is, yes, I do get images in my mind's eye, and they do try to tell me things, but sometimes it is just one word, and I have to figure out what it is that they're saying. Like a translation almost. So there are a lot of things here where I felt like maybe we were just guessing, but not in a I don't know what I'm doing type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
More of just like she couldn't tell me more specifically.
Did she not trust me when it comes to the finance? Because and I am not like greedy like at all. And she knows that.
Right.
You can ask her. But I handle like pretty much everything. I pay for everything. But like on her passing, like I found out that she got scammed at a bank, and I had to like, took the money back and this and that, and we made a new bank account, and I think I put my address in it. But like upon her death, I found out that she put like somebody else's name on it, and I'm just like, do not trust me. I pretty much paid everything. Like, and I didn't, I don't need any of that. But it's just kind of is like hurtful to me that she would not put me as the sole, and she doesn't have a lot, just me, but the sole person to be like, here, divvy it up, or you can have this, because it just only shows me that she is, I feel, like doesn't have me as a priority,
Yeah. Okay. I also feel like the person she left it to was almost like very surprising. Like, why this person? Burden. She didn't want you to be burdened with it. Was there going to be a lot to have to take care of? Like, funeral costs and all of that?
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, I paid everything from my own pocket. But I'm talking about what her bank account is. I mean, I helped her open it and everything, and I because I was going to monitor it and make sure she doesn't get scammed again by another scammer.
Mm-hmm.
But then upon her death, I found out that, like, my name either has been taken off, and then she put this other person in, and it's not a lot, trust me. But even that, it hurts me because,
yeah.
You know, did you not trust me to do the right thing or give it to somebody that you wanted to? It's kind of like that. Yeah.
It's interesting. She's just giving me like don't take it personal, which I feel is not that easy, but like it wasn't a trust problem. Would this person that she left it or like put in their name, would they need money for something?
Well, I'm sure she needs it more than me, and like she's more than welcome to have it. It's just like, you know, all my mom's shit I've always taken as a guard safe, and it was like kicked out. So that's just what like surprised me.
Yeah. I feel it's because she's almost given me like it was because that person needed money.
Yeah.
And not that she didn't think that you would give it to that person, just that it was just easier that way.
Okay.
So like don't take it personal in a way of like trust. It's more of just that person needed. Like do you take care of like your family and stuff? Are you, I mean, I'm not saying like rich, but like are you well off money-wise?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked really hard for it, so I took care of everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay. Because it's almost like she's just like, I knew you'd be okay. Like she knew you would be okay without that money.
Has she found the title to the car? Because I was trying to sell the car for her when she was still alive, and she couldn't find the title. So we need to find the title of that. And if anything, I would sell it and give it to the person that she... Does she know where the title is?
Did she keep documents in like a folder or something?
Yeah, she kept a bunch. But is it upstairs, downstairs? Like,
I'm getting upstairs.
oh, is it?
I also feel like almost... so it's either like an attic or a room where a lot of stuff was stored. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Stairs. Let's see. I feel like it's a yellow folder. Do you know if it would be yellow or not?
She has a ton of like manila envelopes.
Okay. That's like, oh, those are yellow, right? Those are like an orange, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like a yellow orange, I guess. Okay. I feel like she's almost guessing too, so she doesn't know for sure, but almost just like she's pretty sure it's in a yellow folder upstairs where she keeps documents, and in one of the folders that it would not make sense for it to be in.
Okay. Because the attic storage place where lots of stuff is downstairs, but she also has a room upstairs.
Check upstairs first.
Okay.
And I guess kind of go through all of it, but she's basically telling me that it's in a folder where it wouldn't make sense for it to be in. Like it's misplaced. It's not in a folder where all other car related things or other titles to things or whatever would be in.
Yeah.
Just in a random folder.
So was she at peace? You said she was hurting sometimes, but not a lot. But
yeah,
was she at peace? Was she
when she was actually passing? Yes, she was at peace. Yes, she was at peace when she actually passed. And whenever I say that, I mean no pain, no fear, no nothing. Like it was just very peaceful, and it was time. And her husband or your stepdad was the one that did come to help her cross over, almost as like a respect thing. Like your dad didn't.
Yeah, they were separated.
Yeah, so it wasn't like.
No, it's my stepdad and not my dad because it's stupid.
So it's interesting to explain. It's almost kind of like how I can tell the relationship to somebody just. So, like, for instance, earlier I was like, oh, yeah, there's an aunt coming through, right? I don't know exactly how to explain it, but we just get the energy of the way the person was to the person. Does that make sense to you? Like,
yeah.
Like, I didn't feel that this was a stepdad for you. She was just giving me husband. And was he her current husband?
He passed away from an illness as well.
Right. But they were married when he passed.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that's kind of what she was like, it's like a husband type of relationship, and not one that was in the past. It was like as if they were married either when one of them passed or still.
So what happened when he escorted her?
So he essentially comes into the room, very calmly and quietly says, "Okay, it's time to go." And I mean, it wouldn't be something you could witness with your eyes, your physical eyes, but it's like she does come out of the body, and they don't walk, they don't have a physical body, but kind of just like float, if you will, I guess. I can't really explain what it's like if you don't have a physical body. It's more of just energy floating away. And that's basically it. Like, he comes and helps her cross over because she's just new to passing away. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
I know that's hard to explain. It's hard to explain for us mediums what we see or hear or whatever. It's kind of hard to explain how we get this information because it's not literally like in our ear, speaking to us, or you know what I mean. So it can be tricky to explain these types of things. And if you're curious as to what they look like,
yeah,
you could Google like spiritual energy and see what it shows you, because it's very colorful. I'm actually sitting at my computer right now. I want to see if I can find one that would be the best for you to look at. Spiritual energy.
I want her to know that by me contacting her, it's not that I am like making her stay in this realm. I just wanted to tell her, like, I'm sorry if I ever made you feel bad. Mm-hmm. I just have like a caustic tongue, but everything I do, it's basically for her. Mm-hmm. Like, we relocated down to Florida again because we're from Florida, but from North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Why Florida? I mean, I could have picked any other places where it's not congested and crowded, but everything I do is based on my mom. Mm-hmm. Like, she needs to know that she's really the center of my world, like, so it's not presented in a like, oh, it's sweet and nice. It's because I have so much responsibility and things going on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she understands all that, though. She's, honestly, very understanding. She has a different perspective now than she would have had in her physical form.
So, had we not had this, would she not have known?
What do you mean? Not known what? How you felt or how you feel?
Have we not had reached out to her today and we told her that would she not have known?
Yeah, she would. She does, yeah. That's the thing, is that they know things, like things in your life that you're doing, and being able to hear you and see you and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm sure there are some things that we talked about that she probably needed to hear, but not necessarily didn't already know. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah. So she's going to be like around?
Yes.
Even though I can't. And for how long? How does this?
Okay. So we all, have our own beliefs on heaven and earth and hell and all of that, right? Spirit realm is essentially what we would consider heaven, but it's just another dimension that coexists with us, meaning she's not up in a sky somewhere, okay? She is here on a similar plane as ours, almost like another dimension that we can't reach. I can connect with it because I'm a medium, but not everybody can. So they manifest themselves some ways, like doing things with lights, showing you butterflies, or music or something like that, right? But the idea that heaven is in the sky and hell is underneath the ground, something like that, is really just she's basically in heaven, just not above us. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
She is still around, just not in a physical form. Her soul, her spirit is here.
Okay.
Just in a way you can't see her or touch her.
So I don't want for me to reach out to her for her to kind of like stick around and like, how some people say if it's been a little bit not enough time has passed and you reach out to them, that means that you're not giving them peace and stuff because they need to kind of transition. I don't want her to think that that's what I'm doing because we're fine.
So she is where she's gonna be. She's not in an in between. She's not going anywhere else.
Okay.
So just like I'm talking with her now and where she is now, is she's gonna be there. There is no transition. There is no I'm holding her here and she needs to go to her next place or phase or anything like that. She's okay. Where she's gonna be, which just happens to coexist with us in a certain way. So, I mean, like I said, some people believe heaven is in the sky and whatever, but being someone who can connect with the spirit realm, I call it the spirit realm because it's, to some people that would be considered heaven, and she's not going anywhere else. There is no, there isn't another place to go to. She's reached her destination. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Is there anything that she wanted to tell me regarding the kids or anything, my husband, what she's going to do, what she wants to do still?
So she is saying that it's very important that you, not that you don't already, but make sure that you put your children as a priority. She regrets not doing that with you. So make sure that you do that. And with your husband, I feel like you guys have a pretty great relationship, but she's just like, keep that up kind of thing. Like, work for a relationship. Don't just throw it away. Not that there isn't anything going on, okay? It's just like advice. That makes advice for you, just for the future. Kind of like, if something does happen or something like that, don't just throw it away. Work for it. It's worth it. That sort of thing. Take care of you. I don't know if you do that, if you put yourself first in any time. Do you ever do like self-care days or anything like that? She wants you to do that. Make sure you dedicate some time to yourself, okay?
Okay.
Self-love, self-care. She's very happy that you reached out to her. She would have, probably preferred if she had more time, simply because she's like, I could be stronger. But it's not that you've done anything wrong. She just wishes she could have been stronger for you to be able to give you more direct information. Like, she's not even able to tell me her name, or even like the initial of her name. Well, wait. I feel like she just said B. B or D?
Yeah, B is the last name and D is her middle name. What's her first name?
Do they all have the same like sound? Like B, D, E? Is it the same? All the same sound?
No.
Okay.
But the D and the D is probably the second part of her first name.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I don't know. It's weird because she's giving me those initials, but not really anything else. A? No.
Kim is her first name, and then the D is the middle name, and then Boy is the B. It's her last name.
Okay, so the D is her middle name?
And then Boy starts with a B is her last name.
Okay, so the first initial is what we're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting an R. I wonder if she's spelling her name. Is there an A in her first name?
No. But, I mean, it's pretty close. Is there anything that she thinks that would help me get over, like, my guilt? So I feel guilty.
She says forgive yourself. You did great. What else? Come on. She is very grateful that you didn't let her pass away in a hospital or in a home. She's very much happy that you had her with you and you took care of her. She appreciates that. So if you were worried about any type of like, did I take care of her good enough or something like that, she's very, very much, you did a good job. You did great. You don't have any reason to feel guilty, is essentially what she's saying. There's nothing for you to feel guilty for. Even the times that you're worried that you hurt her feelings and stuff like that, she's just like, now it's okay, almost like it's in the past. We can move forward. Don't worry about those things. You don't need to feel guilty for anything.
Is there anything that she needs to say to my aunts or uncles?
Honestly, right now, I feel like she's just getting almost like as if she were going to fall asleep.
Mm.
She's not falling asleep because she's not in a physical form, but she's getting very, very, very weak.
Okay.
So, not really, no.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe in the future, but right now, I feel like she's almost like falling asleep on me.
Okay.
So I can't hear it, but she's mouthing, like, I love you, and we'll talk again.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you'll actually want to talk with her again, or if you'll reach out again, and that's okay if you don't. But it's almost like she's just giving you reassurance or the okay that if you do feel the need to talk with her again when she's a little bit stronger, then she's fine with that. You don't have to, like, it's not like a thing where we connect once and that's it. We can never talk to them again. It's not a thing where they get released and moved on to another place. She is where she is, and we can communicate with her as many times as you want to.
She doesn't have specific instructions for me, like if I wanted to talk with her.
Meditate. Is that something you do or would want to do?
I mean, I could do that, but I haven't.
Okay. It's like calm your mind. Almost like if you were going to take a hot bubble bath and just, listen to some soft music, and even if you can't hear her, you'll be able to feel her presence.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
But it's true. You will eventually be able to feel her.
Okay.
Everybody's technically, they have psychic abilities. You just have to open them up if you want to, or embrace them. And so you don't have to do that to feel if a loved one is near you. But right now, she's not strong enough. She's not able to present herself in a way that you'll 100% know that it's her.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure for the lights that nobody else touches them, so that when they do come on, you'll know that it's her.
Okay, and it has to be both lights at the same time.
Yeah, she's going to try to do that for you. But like I said, give her some time, because she's not, it's almost like she's having to go between them because her strength isn't strong enough to do both at the same time. So just give her a little bit more time, even if it's a couple of weeks, okay?
All right.
A couple days might not be long enough. She might need a couple weeks. But usually by, usually by no more than 6 months, they're strong enough to be able to do these kinds of things.
Okay.
I'm actually going to send you a couple of pictures here that I took of what spirit energy looks like, so that you can kind of understand what what she is. She's not in a physical form. It's very like colorful, swirly type of energy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's like lights and things that it's just a lot of colors.
Okay.
So, and even the ones where it makes it look like there's a body there, I mean, maybe in a sense, but only to just show, like, this is what I was before. But
Yeah.
really, it's just colors and swirls, and it's energy. Literally, it's just energy.
Did she see her funeral? Did she witness her own funeral or nothing? And all the times I was at the temple every Sunday, or no?
The temple every Sunday, yes. Which is, why she's saying too that she was saying that with all the candles and the wicks, or not wicks, but the flames of the candles, and the little boy looking at the flames too, and so she does see you guys there and is a part of that. The funeral, yes, but it's interesting. It's not like she was standing in the corner watching. Does that make, like, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but more of just like she was in the room and could feel everybody's love, and of course the sadness and the grief and stuff like that too, but she could feel the energy in the room. And did you plan her funeral?
Yes, I planned. I paid. I pretty much did everything.
Yeah, so she says you did a good job. Something about flowers. Did you pick out specific flowers that she liked?
No. Flowers are pretty much sent in by other people.
Oh, they were sent in. Okay. So were the flowers really the only thing you didn't have to pick?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Did you have any more questions for her before she goes? Because I do feel normally I let the connection go as long as possible, but she's very weak at this point.
I would, if it's not gonna be, just basically come visit me in my dream, if she can, and watch over us. And if there's anything that I need to connect with her, I'll probably write it on a piece of paper, and I'll put it in her altar that I have. It's in like a bluish jar. And I'll just write daily notes. I'll have the kids write notes, which they do say hi to Grandma. And then they'll put it in that little jar. But from time to time, they'll, just check on us, because the kids do really miss her.
Okay.
What'd she say to that?
She does like those little letters, but she's not strong enough to respond to them. And I don't mean in like literally writing a letter back. So if at any point, in the future you want to check in and just be like, hey, did she see the note that I put? If she's stronger, she could probably tell me what the letter says.
Sounds good. I'll tell her that I love her very much. Honestly, truly, everything I do is for her.
And she sees that and she knows it. She loves you too.
Okie doke.
Yep. I think she's just getting very, very weak, but she does love you guys and obviously wants you to be happy.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, I do have the recording for you, and it does take me a couple of days because I have to